Okay, well, happy Monday. It is, what is it, July 15th.
How about
We're
that?
we're getting through the year, tell you that. Wow. It's gonna be Christmas before we know it, right? Or other holidays. And we want to make the most of this year. Our big rock is September 12th through the 14th for conference. I hope you guys are looking at that and figuring that out. And so we go conference to conference with trying to get to promotions, things like that. And for the newer people who are listening, whether you're on here with us or not on the Lunch and Learn, we are Team Transformers. And the reason we have that name is because we transform people's lives, whether it's for their health or for their quality of life, because there's a lot of personal growth, or monetarily, to be able to have a better quality of life and live life to the fullest, and have some extra income and make a difference in people's lives, right? So that's why the name. And I am going to be celebrating my journey with Juice Plus of 25 years in September also. So it's pretty amazing. And I'll just say I was a high school guidance counselor. I was skinny but sickly. And over time, I learned about Juice Plus, made simple changes, was able to use it as a prenatal. And it totally helps me in my late 50s now with no menopause symptoms, things like that, that are just unbelievable. And like the healthier countries. So our shake is mirrored after the healthier countries. Fruits and vegetables is what the healthier countries eat. And so our company's all about that, and we're all about plant-based nutrition. So anyway, it has replaced my income, also Doug's, and we've been able to be home, and our pleasure is to help you guys build your businesses. So that's why we're here today, and whenever you need us. And so we're gonna start with, let's see, whoever has the shortest hair can share their story and pass it to somebody else, and also share one or two tips for the newer people, whether they're on here or not. What are your best tips of what has helped you? And you've learned a lot through your journey. And so just share that if you don't
Well,
mind. Who's got
nobody's
the
beating
shortest
me
hair? I
with the
guess
short hair.
Doug. Huh?
Nobody's beating the short hair on me.
That's true. You're first.
So, yeah, my story is that, I've just always been an unhealthy eater. Um, and I was just gaining a little bit of weight at a time. It doesn't seem like a big deal if you gain 2, 3, 4, 5 pounds a year until it's 20 years later. Then you got a problem on your hands. And luckily, we found Juice Plus, and it has been a tool to help me control my weight and to use those shakes. I used to be a bagel guy in the morning on the way to work, and I looked quite different back then. A lot more inflamed, a lot heavier. Um, but even with that, over time, we've just been making simple changes, simple changes, simple changes, and the changes in our diet, in our life, in our health, it's just remarkable. Even though I had some cardiac problems almost 2 years ago, um, based on the fact that my right and left ascending arteries were 75 to 99% blocked. I mean, one of those is the Widowmaker. So I stand by the research on Juice Plus and the fact that we specifically have a study that shows that it decreases the inflammation of those arteries after a high fat meal. Because if my Widowmaker was 90% blocked and I was still eating chicken wings and pizza, I very well could have been in one of those statistics that we all hear about where somebody that's only 55 years old just has a massive heart attack and they didn't even know there was a problem and they're just gone. And that could have happened to me, but it didn't. And also, because of this community, I was able to instantly just say, oh my gosh, I need to make changes. And I just completely went on to the Ornish program, which is vegan, low fat. I am currently reversing heart disease. My cholesterol is great. My blood pressure was great last week. We sat there in the cardiologist's office, and Sharon got to hear it. I mean, they're going through the numbers saying, man, your heart is strong. It's working at the where it's working is totally great. Everything is in a normal zone. In fact, I've been complaining, if any of you are following my story, that I've had this fatigue for the last year, year and a half, and I thought it was because my heart was all messed up. Well, it turned off. I complained about my statin because my cholesterol is below normal, and they're still having me on like 40 milligrams of atorvastatin. So we said, listen, hey, that's a problem. We need to go off it one way or another. I am going off of this stuff. And, they put me down to 20 milligrams, but between you and me, I've been doing more like 10 to 0 a day. And I feel insanely energetic. It's only been 1 week, and it's like I've gotten my life back. So, this community, these products, this business, it's changed all aspects of our lives. Sorry I went too long, Sharon, but I could go on for another hour because it's that good.
Okay, so you got to give 1 or 2 tips to the newer people and also pass it to someone else.
Okay, 1 or 2 tips for the newer people. And sorry, Facebook, this is why you should be on the Zoom because I forgot to I forgot to unmute on Facebook, but now I am. So, Facebook, my tips for the new people, that was probably my new version of my story. It felt pretty good. But tips for the new people, stay around the campfire. Don't go isolating yourself, whether it's out of shame because you don't feel like you're doing enough. I mean, that's nonsense. Or if you feel like you already know so much, you don't need to be connected to like a basic thing like this. Because there's people on here, I'm seeing them right now, they've been doing this 10, 15 years. And we're going to talk about all beginner stuff. That's just the way this business is, guys. It's the basics over and over and over. We're not doing physics here or something. We're not engineers that are inventing new things. We're doing the basics over and over and over and over. And if you can discipline yourself to do that, to get control over your life and learn how to fit this into your schedule, through time management and really exploring within you to see what those limitations are that you might be limiting yourself, but also figuring out what you really want, focus visualizing and having affirmations and realizing what you want out of this and what it's going to take to do it, and then going ahead and going for it. It's a game changer. So I'd say stay connected and get better. Like Jim Rohn says, don't wish it was easier, just get better. And if you hang around with us, we're always going to have a new thing to teach you, a new book you can read, a new podcast. It's going to be continuous, and you're going to like who you become.
Okay, now nominate somebody.
I nominate Michelle Fletcher. I'm not hearing Michelle.
Can you tell me?
There we
Can you
go.
hear me now?
There you are. That's good.
Okay, tell me what you're nominating me for
You're
again.
sharing,
Like
you're
if you
sharing
had a-
your story, product and business or both, and also 1 or 2 tips for a new person, which is Ashley and Naira today, and maybe Carol. I'm not sure who Carol is right now, but there's also people listening on recording and also Facebook.
Okay, sorry, I just joined the audio, so even though I was on, I did not hear a thing. Okay, so I'm Michelle, and I have been partnered with Juice Plus now for 13 years. And I first heard about Juice Plus from my kid's holistic pediatrician. He had it in every room in his office. He just did not have the time to tell me what it was. So then one day when I was leaving the gym, I bumped into Sharon, and our kids were just leaving the daycare in the gym, and we started talking. We happened to be parked right next to each other. And that day she told me what Juice Plus was, gave me some samples, and I was like, oh my gosh, my son needs this because he's always sick, and he was a 14-month-old baby. It just made sense. And the more I looked into it, because I was a little skeptical, like how in the world are they getting all that nutrition into these little gummies or capsules? The more I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So within a few months, I decided to start taking the product, not just for my son, but for the entire family, because I only thought he needed it at first. I thought I was such a great eater because I ate 2 to 3 fruits and vegetables every day. Didn't even get close to what we should eat. And so we started taking it. And at the same time, I joined the business because I was just like, how would I not share this with people? Like that would just be ridiculous. I'm one of those people that when I hear something really good, I tell everyone. So it's just like, in me to share, and I was sharing it as I was learning. Like, I didn't even really know what it was, but every time I was on the phone with a friend or family member, I was like, have you heard of this thing called Juice Plus? So it just came natural. And so I moved fairly quickly because I have a big mouth. No, not because I have a big mouth, but I was excited. I was like, oh my gosh, something that can help my family get healthier, help someone like my dad, who was a diabetic, insulin dependent, get the fruits that he needed because he had been restricted from eating fruits like he used to. And so I just saw it as a way to help so many people. I had a friend who was diagnosed with high blood pressure at the age of 23. We went to middle school, high school, and college together. And I was just like, who gets high blood pressure at 23? Like, that's crazy. And so I told her, and like within months, her high blood pressure doctor, she had a specialist. When she went in to see him, he was like, I don't know what you're doing, but keep doing it. And the only thing she did different was add Juice Plus. Same thing with my son. Like, we noticed he had like a 360 in his health. Sharon was always also smart enough to tell us to eliminate dairy. And after we eliminated dairy, he was like a new baby. It was like, great. No snotty nose, no being sick every 3 weeks. It was like, oh my gosh. So just so many health benefits that we've noticed. And then with the business, I was a stay-at-home mom at the time, and I was looking to make some of my own money. And so it was a really amazing way for me to do that with two little kids. I had a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old, and I was able to bring in additional income. I did events at my home. I did events like at gyms and different places sharing Juice Plus. I didn't really know everything. I barely knew anything, but it's just, you know, the basics. It's really keeping it basic. You're always going to get someone who has these off the wall questions, but that's what our uplines are for. And you can always say, yeah, I'll get back to you on that. But it's just been amazing to be able to create and generate income while being a mom, a young mom at home. And now it's been 13 years and I'm a QNMD in the business. So I've helped a lot of other people build a business, and they have helped me get to this level. So it's definitely teamwork that helps you get there. And it's really been one of the best investments I've ever made. I just made a post about it on Saturday because I was just thinking, I now work with like a lot of people that have businesses, and the skill set is just not there. Like, when you really pour in and invest in this business, you're going to learn things that the typical person doesn't know. And I don't care if they've been an entrepreneur for like 20 years, they're doing things that I'm like, why are you not following up with people? Why do you not have a way to follow up? Like, just basic things that we are taught here in this business, and it's just priceless, truly priceless. And the relationships that you make, the people, the like-mindedness, the community, I mean, and then the products are just amazing. There's nothing we could say. They're like, Juice Plus is just the best. I hear about so many things and I'm bombarded with a lot of things, but it's really just foundational to good health. And I know I wasn't getting enough. I probably still don't get enough, but thank God for Juice Plus. That is like, it helps to keep me in check. And then I have teenagers that are rebellious now that think they're just too good for their Juice Plus, but no, we're going to take our Juice Plus around here. If I'm paying attention, take your Juice Plus. So at least I know that's my safety net, because it's hard being parent and all the other things, and then making sure they're doing the right thing when it comes to nutrition to help with development and all the things. So that is that story. I hope I covered all the things. Yesterday I had an event around, I had a sourdough event. I collaborated with with someone on my team. She has a wellness center. And so we hosted a sourdough event at her location. She invited, I invited. So it was really nice to meet some new people, and then also have some customers that were able to come and just take advantage of being a part of that event and learn more about gut health and how Juice Plus can also play a role in that, and how this is just something that we do alongside all the other education we share in Juice Plus. Like, we're all about healthy living, and whether it's through our fruit and vegetable concentrates, our plant-based protein shakes, or growing your own. We also have like ways to meal prep, or all these different things that you can do to lead a healthy lifestyle. So that's what we had yesterday. It was fantastic. We had 14 people, and they loved it. And it was just great. I don't know. I'm a people person, so whenever I meet new people, it makes me happy. And, you know, the fact that they were so happy to learn and take this information home, and now I'm just going to be following up with them. It was really good. So that is that. Nice to meet you guys. Welcome, newbies.
I love that. Okay, so thank you, Michelle. Go ahead and nominate somebody else to share their story, product, business,
Yeah.
and also a tip or two for new people.
Did anyone go so far? Or
Doug
just Dougie, right? Oh, I want to invite Jennifer to share. I don't usually see you on here, Jen.
Well, usually I'm working, but it's been
Wait.
a busy summer, so this is the first time I'm on this summer.
Can I add to you, because Jimmy has been asking to talk to somebody who works full-time and is able to share Juice Plus. So if you could kind of work that in too for Jimmy, because we've been nominating you, but you haven't been able to be here. So anyway,
Sure. So if I forget that, remind me about how do I work it in. I started Juice Plus because I grew up feeling that I was healthy and we lived a healthy lifestyle. So I thought, if this little capsule is filled with these fruits and veggies, this is something I want to add to my nutrition and my diet, and I want it for my kids as well. Being a teacher, I teach 3rd grade. There's trying days, and some days are easier than others, and energy is always a big thing that you need. You know, you're like on stage, like a TV show. And that's the first thing I saw after taking my Juice Plus consistently, was that I had an increase in energy, no longer running to the teacher next door for a cup of coffee. And then I actually started to change my eating habits without even realizing it. So I would pack like lunch meat sandwiches and have lean pockets instead of hot pockets, because of course lean pockets were healthy. And then I started just taking a bed of lettuce and leftover chicken from dinner, and that's what I started eating. And we started making more changes: less processed food, less lunch meat, no more hot pockets or ramen, things like that. My biggest health benefit was with my allergies. I had been on a day nose spray, a night nose spray, antihistamine, decongestant, and also went to the allergist for allergy shots. And I think it was maybe after I was consistent, maybe like 9 months or a year, it was spring, and I wasn't feeling all that little like itchiness or running down my throat. And I said to my husband, maybe I should open the windows. Like, we hadn't opened the windows in years in the spring. And I thought the next day I'd wake up with this big balloon headache, and I didn't. And it was like wonderful. So I no longer am on any of that, and I only use it, you know, as needed, and definitely not taking the decongestants anymore, which race your heart. So mostly, if anything, I just take an antihistamine. How do I fit this into my business? I mean, into my life, working full time. If you know about Doug's Power Hours, they are a good opportunity to focus, and he leads you through, and it's awesome. Even if you can't be on the whole hour, you know, 50 minutes, 30 minutes, anything is going to help. So I had been doing that before school. And I wasn't on for an entire hour, but at least 40 to 50 minutes. If I wasn't able to do that before school, I would just, when I got to school, I would open up my planner for the week and kind of check in, who do I want to touch base with? So I'll touch base with people in the beginning of the day. And then in the evening, I can follow up with all those people. I didn't try to follow up at lunchtime or on my very short prep. I would wait till after dinner and then check in with all those people that I had text earlier in the day. And then when I can, trying to log on to events at night, and then doing events with my team would be something that we could do maybe a Friday night, or definitely like a Saturday or a Sunday. And my tips are, don't get overwhelmed with things like tapping into Voxer all the time, reading all the messages, even there's a lot of messages, you know, on the Simple Changes that in the beginning, or the Team Transformers Facebook, I was trying to read all of them every day and I got very, very overwhelmed. And then you get that feeling of like shutting down. So don't put so much pressure on yourself. Find a buddy, someone that you could tap into, someone that can say to you, hey, did you see this message? Because this is important, or this event is coming up. And wait, there was one more thing I thought of. Oh, trying to stay consistent. So even if you're just doing a little bit, tap into your business every single day and keep reaching out to people.
Wonderful, Jennifer. Thank you. Who do you nominate?
I muted myself. Bridget, are you available to speak? Maybe not. Oh, she's in a waiting room. Okay, Karen, I'm passing it to you.
This is the problem with it being a lunch and learn. I'm actually eating right now during this one. So my story is a little similar to Sharon, a little bit to Jennifer. I really knew nothing about nutrition. I was adopted. My birth mother had all kinds of health issues, allergies, asthma was the biggest thing, cardiovascular, lung issues later in life. And my adoptive mother was a nurse. So I had the best treatment growing up. Nobody took a look at my diet, right? Nobody said put down the Pop-Tarts or the Dr. Pepper. So, you know, that was part of the problem. Our bathroom cabinet looked like CVS. So if you had a stomach ache, you drank Pepto-Bismol. That's the way it was. And I was always told it was genetic. There was nothing I could do. So when you're told that, you're like, well, it doesn't really matter what I eat. So when I was in my 20s and I was in sales, I'm not proud of it, but I ate for fun, like, because you're in your 20s and you think this is, you know, this is the best to get. So I would stop off at like a 7-Eleven and grab a Slurpee and Doritos for lunch, and I'd drive around and that's what I would eat. Or I'd grab a bagel. Like there was the only healthy meal I ate during the day was a dinner, and maybe I would have like chicken and then I'd have broccoli. So I was probably getting 1 fruit and 1 vegetable a day. And it's just like, I don't even know where my health would be today if I had not been introduced to Juice Plus, because it became a catalyst for me. So when I got pregnant, my best friend introduced me. But I trusted her because she was my best friend. And so I started taking them. I was not allowed to take any of the prescription medicines that I had been taking. So I was very nervous about how I was going to do for that. So I really feel like it totally was this intervention, you know, at the right time. And by the end of the pregnancy, I realized I felt better. I wasn't having all that allergies and asthma that I had had for the last 30 years. And that's when I said, gosh, the only thing I really changed was Juice Plus. And I had fully expected after I had given birth that I was going to drop the Juice Plus. I was just going to go back to what I was doing. And so in May, it was 20 years that I've been taking Juice Plus, and 20 years since I've been on any medication, which is amazing. So, and the other night I just told this story because I had 2 sourdough classes this weekend and salad in a jar last night. I'm like whooped today. But Friday night I did a girls' night out. I got invited. I only knew one of the ladies. And this lady has 4 cats. If anybody has allergies, like I've always grown up with dogs. Maybe I had a mild allergy to them, but cats were always a huge trigger. They're like, most people with allergies have a really bad allergic reaction to cats. I used to try and take care of my neighbor's cats when I lived in this villa. I would run in, change the litter box, feed them, and I'd run out. No more than 10 minutes, and I couldn't breathe. My eyes were red. It was bad. Well, this cat just knows. Whenever you're allergic, cats just know. So this cat, it's a Maine Coon, they're gorgeous anyway, sat next to me the entire night in this chair, just looking at me. And I was even petting him. Now, I wasn't silly, but like I went and washed my hands, but I was in a house with 4 cats, the cat sitting right next to me, no allergy or asthma medicine. I went home, I was fine. Like I never, ever thought that that could be. So that just, I really, really try and empower people that they have, we have the tools that it takes to get healthier and prevent disease, and it's fruits and vegetables. And if you can't eat enough, which nobody does, then, get the help with Juice Plus. My main tip is going to be, I mean, so many people have shared great ones in the beginning, especially, but I still do it now, is I used to use my car as my university. So, we used to have all the CDs. I had bought all the CDs, or Barb gave them to me, and I would play them, play them, play them. Now everything's on YouTube. So when something is shared on Voxer, because we're all running around, guys, we're all busy. But guess what? Whether you're in your car, or I'm walking a dog, or I'm doing dishes or something, I just put it on my phone and I listen and I learn, and I catch up. And I don't get to do all of them, so don't feel like you've got to do all of them, but pick the ones that you think are going to make an impact, because you never know who you're going to talk to. And you're going to think, oh my gosh, that would be a great video, the one that I just watched. So that's my main tip. Oh, I have to nominate. So who else is available? Susan, are you available? I don't know what happened to Susan. All right, Jana, are you available? All right, come on, people.
I think Susan's available.
I'm available.
Okay, Jana, you
Yay,
go.
Jana.
Okay, but I'm not going to turn on the screen because I'm getting ready to go to a doctor's appointment. So I've
It's
got a mask
fine.
on my face and curlers in my hair.
No worries.
Okay, so 7 years ago, my husband was diagnosed with chronic myeloid leukemia. And my friend Cindy Galloway had told me about Juice Plus before that, but I heard the word juice and I went, I can't do all that stuff in the kitchen with all those vegetables and stuff. So I kind of blew her off, which wasn't very nice of me, but she laughed. She's so sweet and she was very kind. And so Blake could not eat anything. He was on a chemo drug that literally that was working well for the cancer, but just about killed him. So he couldn't eat a thing. And he lost 95 pounds in about 6 weeks. And I remembered I prayed and prayed, and it came to me that I needed to call Cindy. So I did, and I got the Juice Plus, and I was able to stuff the capsules down him. And this is extreme because remember, he was close to death. So within 24 hours, he was able to at least lift his head off the pillow and walk to the bathroom. And then ever since then, we've taken double Juice Plus every single day. And then about on June 4th, let's see, on May 16th of this past May 16th, he went for an angiogram and he had a severely restricted aortic valve. And the doctor called, we live in 200 miles away from Albuquerque, New Mexico. And our doctor immediately called Presbyterian Medical Center in Albuquerque. And within an hour and a half, Pres was calling us. They set an appointment for a bunch of tests on May 30th. We went there for 10 and a half hours. He did every test available. And then the doctors said, at the end of that day, they said, you need to come back on Monday. This was like 6 o'clock Thursday night. And you go home, and then the next day they called and they said, we need you to get more lab work done because you've got leukemia. We have to test every aspect of your blood. And so he did that, and then we went back to Albuquerque on Monday, and he had total aortic valve replacement on Tuesday morning. And and the cardiac surgeon came in to me. Blake was still in recovery, and he said, he's so strong. He's so strong. Now Blake's 75. And he's so strong. His arterial walls are so strong. And I really attribute that to Juice Plus because he doesn't eat hardly anything. And he didn't. His velocity in his heart prior to surgery was 42.5, and after surgery it was 5. And they said the valve is perfect. Everything is going really well. He had no pain. He's getting better and better every day. And I attribute this to the good nutrition from Juice Plus. And he's very, very good about taking that. And then I have C-reactive protein and pulmonary sarcoidosis. And most people with pulmonary sarcoidosis, it's inflammatory lesions. In my case, it's in my lungs. It can attack any organ of your body. And many times people die from that. And I have yet to have any kind of treatment at all. You know, I don't have to take prednisone or anything. Again, the doctors are amazed and they say, you know, they haven't grown in size or number. So that's my story. We've done quite well. So therefore, what I do is I talk to people and I tell them, you know, you don't ever know what's going on inside your body. And we only found both of our illnesses were found by just chance, you know, through routine checkups and stuff like that. And I said, you don't know what's going on inside your body until symptoms rear. And by the time symptoms, you know, show up, it's getting late in the progression of whatever it is you've got. And in our oncologist office, it has a poster that says, cancer is present in a woman's body 10 years before a lump is discovered in a mammogram. So therefore you need to, it's like wearing a seatbelt or buying car insurance or something. You prepare ahead of time. That's your insurance that helps you. And so, and then I tell them my story and they pretty much buy after that. And I really stress the quad. And now I'm really working. And so I've had like 3 events, not too many people show up. I don't know. It's just, we live in kind of a funny area. It's remote but I've had 3 events and from each event people have come. And I'm really stressing right now the Luminate as well. And I'm going to do an event at a local gym where I just give them a Luminate made up to drink before they start their workout and then give them one of the sleeves when they leave and say, you know, try this. And it's only a one-time, you don't have to do a subscription on this. You just buy it and use it and go for it. So that's what I do.
Thank you, Jana. Yes, I got a notice from one of my customers today. He said, hello, what's the largest amount of Luminate for order? And so I said,
And I respond to that.
Tell them $100,000.
I try to order 10 at a time, but then they decline it because they say it's too big of an order. And they don't decline it exactly. They have to go through and check it out or something. So I've learned to order 5 packs of Luminate because I send out Luminate samples. You know, I text people and say, would you like a sample? And they said, so I mail them samples. And so I've learned to order 5 and then order another 5 and then order another 5. And then
That's
the
fun.
order comes to just under $500 and then it's okay. It goes through.
Oh my gosh. Wonderful. Well, now we know because I ordered like 6 back in April, so we're still working on those. And yeah, I mean, you know, you don't want to give it all away, but it's definitely something that if they love it, they're going to be on it. Okay. Do you have somebody to nominate, Jana?
Susan Winnett.
Okay.
Sharon is really happy that you did that. Jana.
I knew she was there. Yes, I'm the one
You
that
hate
loves
me?
Susan Winnett for her personal growth and my fun. Sorry, Susan.
Yeah, so if you're new, just don't become friends with Sharon because she'll pick on you. That's my tip.
Oh, that's a good tip.
No, it's okay. Well, my story really is going to be quick, sweet, and to the point, and then I'm going to give a few tips. But I started on Juice Plus 7 years ago. I was introduced to Juice Plus when I was moving my son into college, and his roommate's mother was also moving in at the same time, and we're helping our boys. And she pulls out Juice Plus. She's like, Susan, have you ever heard of this? I go, have never heard of it. Never heard of it. Pretty healthy eaters, not perfect by any means. I said, I've never heard of it, but I can remember when my kids were young, you know, every time you walked into the pediatrician, so how many fruits and vegetables are they eating? And I'm like, okay, my kids are probably lying because they can't be telling the truth. They're not eating what they should be eating. So when I saw that, I was like, oh my word, my kids, my whole family needs this. So I started the quad for everyone in my family right away. And then shortly after that, Karen said to me, Susan, if you're ordering the quad for everyone in your family, so that would be 5, you need to become a partner. And I'm like, sure, I'll become a partner, no problem. So I have to admit, the first few years, I loved it and I told people about it, but if they said no, I just moved on. I just didn't really do much, which I think is very natural for someone that's starting. Um, Somewhat intimidating. You don't want people to say no, but you're going to get no's. So really over the last probably 2 or 3 years, I've become very bold. I mean, I'm even one of those people that I'm not having an event at my house because I don't want people to come see my house. I mean, I'm one of those. Oh no, I'm not going to become an NMD because I'm not getting up on that stage. Even when I had to go across the stage as a sales coordinator, nope, I really don't want to do this. Yes, Susan, you have to do that. No, really, I don't want to. So I'm just keeping it real here. So anyway, but just in the last 2 or 3 years, I've become very bold and realized it is a gift to give to people, that people are looking for something healthy. And I've noticed such a difference in our health, even in like my son broke his hand, went back to the surgeon 3 weeks later. They're like, we have never seen a child heal so quickly. But it's just, everything that it does is just amazing. And you've heard that from several of the different stories. But if you want someone to keep it real for you, just call me. But really, the tip that I have is just to be persistent. I can remember back in 2018, because I still have it on my desk, I went to an event with Amy Getz, and we wrote our keyword on a rock, and it was persistence. And that's really what it is. It's just being persistent, continuing to talk to people, even if they say no, continue to send them information, continue to educate them, because like Amy has told me several times, it's 7 exposures until people really will say yes or no, that really have a true yes or no. And so you just have to keep giving people exposures. Like Karen told me, Susan, until they tell me to stop emailing them, I'm going to keep emailing them. I'm going to keep texting them. And that's really what I've taken on too, is until they say no, I'm just going to keep being persistent. Some tips, events. Now that I have events in my home, events, they really do it. Are you happy, Sharon?
I'm ecstatic. I am ecstatic. I'd say Susan had one of the best segments here because she was vulnerable and transparent and real. So I think that's how you have to be in this business. And and I just want to add that when they say not right now or whatever, it's not right now. It's not no, or they don't KNOW. And so that's why we might send another video, because people don't quite get it. It's not like buying a diamond or emerald or something. Oh yeah, I'll take that one, it's more of an educational process or an experience if they come to an event. So that's awesome. Great advice. Love it. Thank you, Susan. Who do you want to nominate?
Oh, good. I get to pick on someone now. Kathy Crispin. I like to hear you talk, even though you're gardening or whatever you're doing.
I just finished mowing the front yard, and I just made my granddaughter some crepes. So one of the best things about Juice Plus is that 6 years ago, when my granddaughter was diagnosed with cancer, I was able to and several times could be up here for 6, 8 weeks at a time. She's now gone through 3 cancers. And when this meeting started, I thought, you know what, how blessed I am that I can do something being retired, but I love it. I love the community. I'm growing as a person. And at 68 years, almost 68 years old, who says that? In October, I'll be 68. Who does that? But my mom dropped with a heart attack at 60. And so I knew in my 40s when we lost my mom, I'm going to have to do some things different because there were some things in our health issue, in our health, in our family that was going to cause problems either there or down the road. So anyway, I'm thankful that I can be in DC and I'm working in the yard and cleaning and doing stuff and helping my daughter. But it turned my health around, and that's the big thing. I was thinking about when I had thyroid surgery, the doctor said, Kathy, it is cancer. And I'm like, I was about to leave to go be with Scout before she loses her leg. And I'm like, what do I have to do? And he said, Kathy, it was totally surrounded by healthy. Jesus is the healer, but I also know that Jesus created the food that heals us. And so I have a lot to be thankful for. 3.5 months after I had knee surgery, I was skiing with my daughter in Utah. So I'm just saying, when people say no, I just go, okay, that's fine. But when stuff starts going wrong, I said, you don't know what's going on in your body right now. But when things start to change, you got my number and you can call me and we'll get you started. And, or would you like to just start feeling better? I don't know what it'll do for you, but if you want to feel better and you want to enjoy your life, I feel better in my 60s than I did my 30s, 40s, and 50s. So it's a game changer for me. A tip for new people is plug into this community. Don't do the Lone Ranger thing. I thought I can do this. And so I missed out a lot of opportunities to really grow at the beginning. But if they say books that we should read the books or listen to the books. But most of all, just plug into the community, because this community, I have learned so much. I've learned more about myself. I've learned more about business and leadership. And, you never quit needing to learn. So thanks.
Okay, Kathy, you have somebody to nominate. Thank you. That was wonderful.
Let me see who I see. Jen is already gone.
I
Karen.
think Jimmy.
Kim Rutherford.
Kim's at work, maybe.
Oh, okay. Nara.
Naira's new, but she's probably
That would be
excited.
me. I'm here.
Well, even if you're new, you could even ask us questions.
That's good. Yes.
Okay. So I'll give you a little bit of background about myself. Let's see. I'll go back as far as when I had my son. He's 26 now, so we have the same end numbers. So he's 26, I'm 56. When I had him, I had gained over 100 pounds, and before that, I was always athletic. I like to keep in shape. I like to go to the gym. I like to bike ride. I like to do anything that's very health conscious, like including eat proper, including I was that was pretty much it. Pretty much eat proper and exercise. So after I gained the 100 pounds, and I was always kind of afraid to get pregnant because I always felt like I would gain a lot of weight. And I think that's probably why I did, because I always thought I would. But afterwards, I said, ooh, I'm gonna have to do something really, really serious to get through this one. And so even though I ate, I wouldn't even say it was great, it was okay. But after that, I did something really, really drastic. I started putting only 3 items in a meal, and very, very clean items, like 2 vegetables and 1 piece of protein. And I would make myself vegetable sandwiches and things like that. And I couldn't even move because 100 pounds is 100 pounds. Oh my God. I remember I couldn't even really lift up my leg, and I was like, it's okay. I could get it 2 inches off the floor. I'm gonna keep on, I'm gonna keep on picking up 2 inches until I can get more and more. And I did. So I was able to lose about 50 pounds before I went back to work and all. Hmm. That wasn't really good enough for me because I really didn't like that weight. And so I started diving off into different over-the-counter stuff, which really was giving me heart palpitations. I really didn't like that either. And so I met this girl in the CVS store, and she was doing the same thing as me. And so we became friends, and she introduced me to something I was already interested in but never pursued, which was the herbal community. And so she would have these meetings at her house, and she'd invite people from that community, and I started learning stuff. And then I just kept on with it because my mom was really good at using natural stuff, but again, I never really pursued it. Only thing I asked her about was garlic, and she told me, "Oh, it's a great herb, blah blah blah." So I started learning about it, and I just kept on learning, and I got to the point where I was making my own really good natural foods, and I'm gonna try and hurry up because I could be long. I made this one shake that actually it made you feel like you levitated off the ground because it was so powerful with fruits and vegetables and things. Well, not really vegetables because you're not really supposed to mix fruits and vegetables together because that's not really good food combinations. But like my drink was fruits, just a few vegetables, compatible ones, and also protein. So I used to tell my girlfriend, who we were friends at that point for a while, I used to tell her, my shake will make you feel like you're levitating. And she's like, really? So she was pretty positive. And so one day she came over. I said, I'm gonna have to make it for you one day. So she came over, I made it for both of us. And we went out, sit on the front porch and started drinking it. And then about 5 minutes after we started drinking, she looks at me, she said, oh my God. I feel like I'm levitating. I told you. I told you. And so she's like, wow, I can't believe this. I say, I don't know, but yeah, that shake is magic like that. So anyways, I just kept on learning throughout the years, and we kind of went our separate ways for a while. And then I got back in touch with her after 2019, 2020. And I could see she was really being affected by it because she was a really pretty girl. And I mean, just everything about her so beautiful, just nothing negative about her physical appearance. When I saw her, I was like, oh my God, I never thought I'd see the day when she didn't look perfect. And so I told her, I said, here, I gave her some stuff. I said, this is what I take. So I just told her, try it. And she took it, and within a few minutes or something, she could see her face like changing right before her eyes. I'm like, I told you. I told you. And she was all excited and stuff. So I was happy I could help her out with, just following some things that I just did for myself. But I'm not a doctor. I don't profess to be a doctor. I don't profess to know anything about the doctor profession. But I just tell people what I do for myself. And that's the bottom line of it. I always tell people to go
And now
talk
you're
to
gonna
your
be,
own doctor.
and now you're gonna be recommending Juice Plus, and I think maybe Tower Garden?
Oh, yes, I've been trying to sign up for that all night. Like, oh my God, how come I can't sign up for this stuff?
Okay,
But
so
yeah,
Tower Garden, you just need to buy one right now. Today is the last day to just get,
maybe someone can help me with that because,
we can help you. Just stay on
yeah.
after this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
everyone,
anyway, yeah, go ahead.
oh,
Sharon,
sorry, I forget whether
I
you came
just
in the Tower Garden door or the Juice Plus door with Nalani, I
I
think.
came in with Juice Plus with Dr. Valentine,
Yes, go
Nalani.
ahead, Doug.
Yeah, she's I've always seen her online and I saw her advertisements, and so just because of my study, my like intense study on nutrition, exercise, and detox, like I know good programs when I see them, and so I was automatically attracted to this program.
Gosh,
I'm not generally attracted to stuff like that, but this one I could see that it was valuable, so I you know uh attended. Well, I called her and texted her, and then she invited me, so that's how I got in.
Well,
Great.
Naira, I did put into the Team Transformers Facebook group. I shot a video on my phone of how to order a tower garden. So maybe
Okay.
that'll help you how to do it. It's you can do it right from your Juice Plus website. And
Well, the problem is, I already picked out what I wanted, but it wouldn't go through. It said you need to put the correct information in about your sponsor, and I have the
oh no,
number.
that's because when you go to order it, instead of you're gonna go into your Juice Plus website. I go through the whole thing in the video. You're gonna log in as you as a partner. Then you're gonna go to the shop and you're gonna go to the ordering section. You're gonna say order for myself, and it's gonna fill in all. You're gonna be you're the sponsor when this happens.
Okay.
It's because you want to get the money back on it. It's like a discount for you, you know?
Okay.
The Tower Garden deadline today, Ashley. Oh, Sharon just and we should probably just cover it as we land the plane here, Sharon. Today is the deadline to order a Tower Garden so that you will drop in at a higher commission rate when you become a Tower Garden affiliate, which is going to be free. So there's no reason if you're a Juice Plus partner not to become a Tower Garden affiliate. And that's going to make you extra money on each. Yes, money, Ashley, correct. It's money. It's free money. But also, and it makes sense, people in the future aren't going to be able to even become an affiliate unless they already have bought a Tower Garden. So that was a question I had, and I'll answer for you guys. Let's say 6 months from now, you meet somebody and they love their Tower Garden. I mean, you wouldn't even meet them because I guess if you sell a Tower Garden to somebody, they can't go just become an affiliate and make the money for themselves. They have to buy at least one Tower Garden, then they can become an affiliate. So you're going to be able to still sell Tower Gardens to people. And then if they love it and they tell you, man, I love this thing, you should be like, hey, you should become an affiliate. Just sign up on the website. But today is the deadline for us as Juice Plus partners to get that order in, to make sure you get at the highest, not the highest percentage level. You'd have to sell like 15 or 16 last year. But yes, Juice Plus people can become affiliates by December. Years.
No.
And if you use it, it will pay for itself. You know, I mean, and we should all be eating healthy produce. It's the healthiest produce you can get. Anybody have any questions about any of that? We can help you.
Yeah, I would like to know if anybody is interested in just walking me through it real quick, because I've actually spent a lot of time on it, and I really got a lot of other stuff that I need to get done before this day ends. And I
Yes,
really,
we will go
I can't
ahead.
spend time on that stuff.
I can
Like,
share my screen, Sharon, and just show how to order a Tower Garden.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'll just go ahead and order another one, Sharon. Just kidding. We got one last month. Let's see. Canva. Okay, here we go. All right, you guys should be seeing my screen. I'm going to go to my Tower Garden. No, I'm not. I'm going to go to juiceplus.com, the partner login. So when you go to juiceplus.com, you're going to log in here. And let's see. I don't remember passwords. Hold on, let me open up my password rememberer thing. Okay, now it should work. What the heck? There it is. Okay, so once you're into your Juice Plus website, this is where you should know about all the stuff. You can check all your goodies here. But you can go to the shop right here. Let me zoom in a little bit. The shop. Once I go to the shop, it's going to ask me, what do I want to order? usually we're ordering for customers. That's not gonna, I mean, so I'm gonna go over here to Tower Garden order. Now, when I get here, it's gonna ask me to find one of my current customers, and I could do that, but I'm not ordering for them. I'm ordering for me. So I'm going to right here, select ordering for yourself. Okay, I click on that. And now I select my products. So I always recommend using a Tower Garden. I recommend the Flex personally, or you can do a home with lights. Either way, I would only get a home with lights if you know that you're going to grow inside year round, and that's the only thing you really want to do. Even if you're kind of in between, like Jennifer's sister Melissa grows indoors in the winter, outdoors in the summer, so she has a Flex because it has a bigger base and it's more steady. So when you get a gust of wind or a rainstorm, it's not going to like blow over your Tower Garden. So I'm going to order one of these. I'm going to put it into my my cart. But now I'm also going to go back. I would seriously recommend you get yourself an extra dose of mineral blend. I'm going to put it in my cart. And now I'm going to review my order. And that's where it's going to tell me my total price is $735. But I can do 12 monthly payments if I click here. And now you see for $61.25 for 12 months, I'm sorry, for $65.85 including tax, I'm going to own a Tower Garden. And again, that's $65 a month now, which might be like, oh, I don't want to spend $65 a month. Well, if you're growing a ton of basil and herbs and lettuces and all this good stuff, it's coming out of your grocery budget. It's going to impact your grocery budget. And then after that first year, you own it, scot-free. And therefore, it's just like growing money. That's the way I see it. We have, the only thing better than one Tower Garden is 3 Tower Gardens. So that's another idea. It's just get 3 of them. They're awesome. Okay, the blend. Yeah, I buy extra of nutrients because the Tower Garden comes with everything you need except for water. So they give you nutrients, but they only give you a quart of each one because it requires nutrient A and nutrient B. And that's going to run out in maybe 6 months or even a little bit less. Jimmy's showing off his towers right now. Let's pin that for everybody. I don't know, that's pinned for me at least. And so on Facebook, you're seeing Jimmy's towers. That looks great. Man, those things are growing like crazy. So, so if you get extra nutrients, that's going to put it into the payment plan. The nutrients, I don't know who has one Tower Garden. I don't know how long the nutrients last. I usually say like a year. I'm hoping that's about right. But it's just part of the cost of doing business with the Tower Garden. I mean, you got to put nutrients in it. Don't forget, by the way, if you're a Tower Gardener, that you don't need full strength nutrients in the summer. Not only will it grow better with half strength nutrients when you're above 80, 85 degrees, but it'll save you half the money of your buying nutrients. So think about that. We are out of time, but that was really exciting. On Thursday, do we have something scheduled already, Sharon?
No, we don't.
Oh, good. I think we should go over a little bit of our, maybe we could just share our, what we're going to be doing at the Blue Ridge Boot Camp, which is really good. And yeah, that would be good for us and good for everybody here.
All right, wonderful. Well,
We
thank you
give lots of
guys.
tips. There's a lot of tips for newer people. So this will be another good one. I would recommend trying to get newer partners on. Of course, we'll put it into the team group as well.
Okay, wonderful. And check Team Transformers at the featured section on Facebook. And also if you're in the Voxer chat, you'll receive flyers for all the different events. I know there's a bunch. There's one tonight with Stacy Turner. There's Julie and Wendy McGlon, I think Thursday night. There's like 2 or 3 other events that are happening. And there's a Tower Garden Gardens of the Galaxy Zoom this Tuesday night. They mentioned they were going to have it again. So I have not seen that on email, but when you do get it, that will be
You mean tomorrow?
link. Yes,
Oh, good.
because they mentioned it from last week's that they're going to
Okay,
have.
good.
So anyway,
Yeah, he talked about how he was gonna just have it every Tuesday for the next few weeks because people had so many questions. I don't know, but
Mhm.
Well,
So, oh, go
this
ahead.
lunch and learn was really it was really for Ashley mostly, and because she's
And
brand new,
Myra.
and and Naira, and we knew they would be on here.
Mhm.
But this is in the Facebook Team Transformers group, so if you have a new partner, you should tag them on here, in the Facebook group, because they should hear all this wonderful advice from all the experienced people in here.
And the stories
The
help.
stories
A
inspire,
new
and
person, yes. Know that Juice Plus works, I mean, they just need to know, oh yeah, I heard that. I heard it helps with allergies. Yes, it's gonna help, And then you can always get us on the line to help, third party validation. All right, I'm gonna turn off the recording for now. We'll see you Thursday.